welcome to the Everyday Hustle, Vic.
Off the chair, off the chair, off the chair.
Harleen, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming in. Right, let's dive straight into it. Tell me a little bit about the business and the brand.
Start with True Barbers.
Yes.
Cool. So True Barbers is a brand that I'm the founder of. I created the brand myself after coming out of college the academy, a private academy in London. Never worked for a barbershop. Never worked under another banner or a brand. Literally came out. I had my vision set already whilst I was training, and I knew what I wanted, so I just went and got it, kind of thing. It's just like the name itself took a little bit of time to come around.
How did you come up with the name?
The business that we actually went into first originally had True in the name. It wasn't a barbershop, but it had True in the name, and basically I ran with it. But I took off the E and turned the U into, I think it's like a pronunciation.
Yes.
Yeah, with the two dots on the top of it. Mm-hmm. It makes it look cool. There is actually there's no actual real purpose to it. So yeah, then that, and then put Barbers at the end of it, and just messed around with the design work with it. I've got a great designer. That was it really. And then from there I built the brand awareness by targeting like local corporations, basically like, IT companies, and so people that won't really pass like the area that I'm in.
Right.
So I was contacting them, like saying like a 10-15 mile radius, and just saying, look, how about if I come in, instead of your staff leaving to go out and maybe get haircuts throughout the day, as some staff members do throughout their lunch breaks and whatnot, and then they usually come back and eat their lunch at their desk. So I was trying to give them all kind of like productiveness, get more productiveness out of their staff. I don't think the staff were happy.
But that's the way to do it. Solve a problem for them, right?
There you go. You got to solve the problem. That's the pitch of selling, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Quite a few of them were open for me to come in. I reduced my prices as well for them, because obviously it was the long game, right? You don't want to go in. It's not about today earning X. It's about, having to walk away with X later. So yeah, we did that. That was great, because every time I went there, I'd just leave a bunch of like business cards and flyers everywhere. That was obviously would lead back to me, my shop, my brand, my number, my social handles, my website, or so on and so forth. We actually did a cut-a-thon as well for 24 hours.
You did a what, sorry?
A cut-a-thon.
A cut-a-thon.
A cut-a-thon.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
for 24 hours consistently cutting hair.
Yeah, so
Wow.
So my thing about it is like every business has a gimmick purpose.
Sure.
Okay, every business, and it's just like finding it, because like that's the entertainment factor for the public,
Interesting.
right? If you lead them away to get in, and to help entertain themselves whilst obviously you're entertaining them,
Yeah.
is the win on two sides, right? So if you cut for free and you cut for 24 hours, and like me, you keep a pub open for 24 hours, which is like not even 100 meters down the road, everyone's winning. And then we did that. I cut about 79 heads, I think it was, in the time.
Wow.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I was battered.
I was going to say, how did you stay awake for 24 hours?
I don't even know. I don't know. That was like 15. That was like
A lot of coffee.
First year. Yeah, a lot of water. Coffee dehydrates you eventually. A lot of water, man. And fruit. I remember people were bringing me bowls of fruit from the back.
Oh,
and
I like that.
yeah, we did that. That was good. And yeah, and then after that, I just never stopped. Any time and any place I could kind of like, anything I could be a part of, I kind of stuck the brand to it.
Right.
And I just saw it through, kind of thing, And as years have gone and progressed, I've taken staff on, I've trained people. I've also got an academy as well. It's not so much at the forefront of business at the moment, but it's there. I'm a fully qualified lecturer, so I teach barbering as well at level 3 NVQ.
Wow.
So I was able to train my own staff or retweak their skill set if they were already barbers, to more kind of fit my image and what it was, that how we wanted to be, conduct ourselves and be seen and known for the styles and the quality and the standards.
Sure.
Because that's what keeps people coming back. it's not only the haircut, it's everything in between. It's the etiquette, you know, the service.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's how
Service
you
is
conduct yourself
massive.
throughout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I did that, and you know, people. I mean, I'm 40, so I've been through a hell of a lot of jobs prior to being, you know, in my entrepreneurial status and whatnot. So you know, you leave job, you bounce from one place to another, and you can't blame people for doing that. So as they did,
Everybody's just hustling. We all just
Everyone's
out
out
here
here trying to hustle, man.
Exactly.
so yeah, I went through staff, and then eventually I got big enough to then move out to the branch I'm actually currently in now.
Right.
And I customized the whole place into like, I didn't really want a barber look shop kind of cliche image, so I converted it into a studio. So it's black, white, trunking,
Wow.
with all the wire going through the trunking,
Lovely.
piping basically. Yeah, it's simple. It's easy to the eye. The logo's simple. It's just big lighting. Yeah.
So you really immersed yourself in the world of barbering and haircuts. And would you say that when you moved into this new premises, this was the moment when you extended from a Barbers into a brand?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that.
It's because it's like you got your signature piece then, right? It's your sanctuary. Like you go there and it's like, this is me. It's printed wall to wall, front door, in and out. It's there. You know, you have your official Google page, you got your official phone number, your handle's changed, your address changed. And it's, you know, it's the start.
And did you expand further than the Barbers? Did you like move the business into any other areas?
Nah, I stayed in the same area just because it's a very niche area. And there was a specific demographic I was actually after.
Sorry, by area I meant like, did you start making products? Or...
Oh, right. No, I started making products. So what? I've been cutting for 15. And I must have started my products like 2 years in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. True Man came about very quickly.
Interesting.
Let me start from the very beginning. Is the whole reason I actually went into barbering was because I don't even know if cosmetics is the right terminology to use. I don't know if
Hair products?
Yeah, what would it come under products? I don't know. But I wanted to get into that sector.
Yes.
So I was like, right, I obviously had no knowledge, and anyone around me clearly had no knowledge about it either. So I was like, okay, how do I get to that point?
Yeah.
So I was like, first things first, I need to learn hair, right? I need to understand what goes into, well, the cutting, the styling, and then obviously the product comes afterwards. Because then when you're in the field, you're using other brands, you're using other products, and it's good to. Like, you got to test, you know, whatever's out there, you've got to test it, put it to the test to find out how it sits with the public, how it sits with your clients, what they like, what they don't like, smells, finishes, feels, touches.
Absolutely.
You know, so on and so forth. So that's when I went and done a course. Then when I finished the course, I was like, right, cool. Let's get some motion going, basically, within like the local, the public, and all the rest of it. Let's draw some attention, and then we can like kind of push out what it is, the true man products. Yeah.
When was that moment where you really felt like I need to build something for myself?
If I could be honest with you, I've always kind of had that subconsciously, like planted. I've always wanted to do better. I've always wanted to be somewhere. I'm pretty sure everyone's mum says the same thing to them. Like, you're going to be something one day.
The good ones do, for sure.
The good ones do, for sure, man. But, you know, for me, my mum passed away 10 years ago, God bless her. But after that, it was when she was like, you know, on her final moment, she was like, don't forget what I said to you. Like, you've got something, so make sure you go find what it is that you've been blessed with. Yeah. So, again, subconsciously, that was always planted in the back of my head, like, okay, we've got a purpose. Let's go find out what this purpose is. And obviously, like, prior to that, being young, you know, your late teens, your 20s and all the rest of it, you're going through it. And, you know, you're trying to figure out where you stand, where you fit in. And nothing ever stuck. And the barbering for me, I like style. I like style, I like fashion. So yeah, that for me, it was like, it was from early on. But then when the whole kind of barbering thing kind of come, when it clicked to me about barbering, I was like, you know what, this is it. This is my future. This is going to be the stepping stone to the rest of it.
And when would you say that moment actually happened for you?
I was like mid-20s, just past mid-20s, probably like 26.
And would you say it was that conversation with your mum that sparked that for you?
Yeah, well, my mum passed when I was about 31. Yeah, 31. So it was coming up 10 years this year. So, but yeah, I mean, knowing where I wanted to be doesn't automatically mean that you're going to get there. You got to put work in. So, I mean, acknowledging it is a great start.
Definitely.
You know. So then comes the work. Then you've got to do the research, and then from the research, you have to actually be, you know, you've actually got to want to go and do it.
Definitely.
Then you got to see it through.
Was there a moment where you thought this hustle is definitely going to pay off for me?
Yeah, when I opened the new shop, I opened the new shop about 9 years back now. Probably between 8 and 9 years ago. That's when I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. It's like, that was a proud, you know, it's like almost like a proud dad moment. And I'm like, yeah, you know, this is definitely going in the right direction.
Yes.
Who's to say, will it pay off? You don't know what tomorrow holds. So, but you know, we live for the moment, and we have a plan and we have a vision. So even if that did, you know, crumble or didn't go to plan, there's still a backup plan. And the vision, that your destination won't change. How you get there will. You know, sometimes you're diverted, so on and so forth. So, you know, everything with a pinch of salt, man. Definitely. But yeah, it was at that time for me there. And at that point, I had rebranded True Man for the second time by then. Right. Like the image of True Man. Because I kind of related both companies. They had similarities in logo. Mm-hmm. So I was quite blessed with the people that actually came into my path at the time and have continued to come into my path. Mm-hmm. People that have worked in like different sectors of marketing with like, I'm talking some high level companies that were clients sat on my chair. And that's what I say, people that sit, I have people that from all walks of life that come on my chair. Mm-hmm. So being the barber benefited opening a brand for products because it brought in people from all walks of life that had knowledge that I didn't and had network that I didn't. So being a barber gave me network, then to be able to utilize that network to my advantage to then help bring my product range up to where it is. And don't get me wrong, we're still working. It's still an everyday hustle.
We're always working. We are always hustling. This is the way it is, particularly as a business owner, right? There's a big difference between working for somebody and actually owning a business. So for you, when would you say that mindset shift happened from being an employee to being a business owner?
I ain't worked for nobody since I was 21, I think. 23. Yeah, 23, sorry. Yeah, I've just been hustling since then. You know, I can't even tell you what the companies were, man. I've had a few companies prior to this. Don't
worry, we've all been there.
Just trial and error, right? Just trying to find your feet. You're a young man. You're ambitious, you know, and you're throwing stones. You don't actually understand it or appreciate it at the time on how much you've gained from all them times you're like, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to be here, man. This place sucks. But you don't actually understand, like, until you get older, you're like, you know what? I learned that when I was there, and like, wow, you know. And you pick up on things, and it's good. It's like it's all a part of the journey.
Vic, let's talk about your product range.
Yes.
What does it take to start your own hair product range?
The $1 million question. You know the amount of times I've actually answered this question, and it always comes out different. But let me give you the breakdown of it really quickly. How it went for me, step for step?
Yes. So,
again, I had zero knowledge to any of this. So I was only ever just going on, and you got to understand this is going on like 13 years back, man. I don't think Google was that. It went today. Instagram wasn't today.
Definitely.
There was no TikTok.
There was none of it.
YouTube wasn't today. You know, all these things weren't at the heights they are today. There definitely wasn't no AI. So I simply went onto Google and I typed in, someone said something about white label brands. So white label branding is basically something that's generically already produced.
Yep.
For you to then purchase in bulk and basically just put your stamp on it.
Yeah. You put your rebrand it.
Yeah, rebrand it. Okay. So that's how that all started, because I was like, okay. And at this point, there weren't no one else doing it. Like, I know, and I'm not trying to take credit saying, oh, I'm the first person to ever do this. Probably wasn't. Definitely wasn't. But to the best of my knowledge, anyone in and around my area, or even like an independent barber brand, no one was doing that. So I was like, who's to say that this is even going to be successful? Even though it's a dream, we all dream big, but how am I going to do this cost efficiently? So I did the white label way, and I went and got it, and they were really good products actually. So yeah, I went and got them, I labeled them, and I started using them, and they started selling. Like, they really started flying off the shelf. And
you were using them in store?
I was using them in this is when I first opened at the first place. I started using them, and this is after obviously using other labels, other brands, right? And then I just like randomly dropped it in. I got some really good, cool like marketing done, like posters. I wouldn't say heavily marketing, because I don't believe in like throwing marketing and money at marketing straight away. Like, you need to find your fit. And I think this is where businesses really go wrong. They don't explore how far they can go on their own first. Like, if you set up a business, you've got a lot more than you think you have, or you would think you have anyway. So exercise your brain a little bit further and just kind of like throw it out there. There's no bad that can come from it. Every lesson, every mistake is a lesson learned. So just take the risk, whatever. As long as it doesn't cost you financially too much, take the risk, kind of thing. So that's what I did with that, and it was doing really well. Put some fancy posters up around the shop, opened up some Instagram pages and whatnot, pushed it on Facebook. It used to be Facebook back then, a hell of a lot more.
That's right.
So Facebook was pushing, man, and then from there we thought, right, okay, cool, let's tweak this and rebrand it. So I rebranded just before shifting over to my current place now. And I was like, right, okay, cool. I wanna evolve now. I wanna take this. I wanna create my own. I'm ready to. Right. Clearly, we're successful with it. There is a place in the market for us as an independent brand. Let's take the next step. So then I started looking for laboratories, and I did. I worked with a few locally within the UK. At the time, it wasn't very cost efficient for me, so I had to weigh up my options. I then went into Europe. I'm not going to lie, I took a lot of kind of estimates from people and whatnot to how it would cost.
You should do that though.
And yeah, you got to weigh your options up.
Yeah.
I went with one. It didn't pan out. And then now currently I work with a laboratory in China.
Yeah.
And
so this is to get all your own formulations done rather than white label.
Yeah, because it's not even about cost. It's about capturing the understanding. They've got to know where you're coming from. They've got to share your vision.
Yeah.
That's more than money. And that's what, a lot of the time businesses go wrong, where they're just like, this isn't worth my money. But have you even considered it challenging, like them having the interest of actually showing enough interest to love and create what it is that you want? And that's more than money can buy. And so yeah, for this team up in China, they shared that vision with me. We went back and forth and back. The first product took just under a year and a half to make. Wow. Yeah, which was it was the styling powder. Right. True Man. We revamped the whole thing. The guy who redone the artwork as well, I can't remember. He's done some big labels for some big brands. I can't remember his name now. And then I started working with, again from the back off the chair. I had a client who was big on Amazon, and he was producing in a different sector, doing something completely different. But he was successful, very successful. He had his e-commerce team. His e-commerce. So everyone that we were working with were outsourced from this country. Yeah. E-commerce was in Israel. You had So our e-commerce intelligence was over there. Some of it shifted over to India sometimes. Our product and factory line was in China, which is hard because like when you're trying to find a balance, a middle ground, to perfect something, it's like back and forth. Right? Okay, I want this. So they basically sent me over, I think it was 50 tubs, like probably
samples.
Yeah, generic samples of what I kind of explained to what it is initially, a write-up. And so they sent it out to me. So you can imagine how long it takes to test 50 as well. But you understand, when they send it to you in these round little tubs. and it's not coming out in the format that it would come out on when you buy a bottle of it.
Sure.
Right? So then when applying it, it comes out, it's not the same. It's all not the same.
It's not user-friendly.
No. So it took a while to figure it out. Once I did, everything was coded. So when everything's coded, then you're like, okay, cool. I like that one. So I narrowed it down to 10. From 10, I narrowed it down to 5. From 5, I was like, right, I want the element from this into this. I want the scent from that into this. Can we add X into it? So then they had catalogs they send out to you as well with other ingredients that you can add and take away. You'd have to then go research, find out what that ingredient did, how it worked. Sometimes they weren't compatible.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope, that's not happening. And then there was a fee for every time you made a slight tweak. Every tweak, there was a fee.
Yep.
Then there was a fee to ship it out. And we did that 15 times the first time.
Wow, that's a lot.
I was exhausted.
You said once you actually had these products to hand, you didn't put anything into marketing. So how did you get the products to be known by people then if you didn't have a marketing budget?
Because I did the job the right way. I became a barber first, a recognised barber, and I utilised my barber company, audience, to push my products. I let the people do the job for me.
So you essentially established yourself within the industry first, so that everybody knew who you were, and there was that
Not
level
as far
of
as everybody, but I mean, in and around
within
local
reason.
areas. I mean, it's good numbers. Even if you tackle, your region, for example, in this country, just a region, or let's just say 10, 15 towns down the road.
Sure,
that's good numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's still good numbers, and that helps you. Everything's a stepping stone.
It's about building that trust as well with the audience, right?
100%.
Because why would somebody buy your product over, say, your very well-known companies out there, right?
Your shelf, your boot shelf, or your Superdrug shelf.
Exactly. Vic, as you've said, you've been in this industry for 15 years.
Yeah.
That's a solid amount of time to get a good understanding, right? What do people underestimate about building something that is long-lasting?
I think in their heads, as it was in mine once upon a time, it's just as simple as doing the job. Mm-hmm. The job, it doesn't scrape the sides. It's the etiquette that goes in with it. It's everything that surrounds it. You have to consider, where are you going to be located? Your location, bills, staff. For example, if my staff were to leave tomorrow, guess who's back in that shop? And guess who's not making any money? Because I'm going to have everything I earn is going to be going to keep that shop, the lights on, the power on, the door open. And then I'll be literally working to just turn over to keep my clientele base. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot that goes into it. But the dream outweighs the logic. Mm-hmm. People get emotionally attached to a dream. They don't logically follow it through.
So would you say the thing that they underestimate then is the graft that goes into it? Is that what you would say?
The hustle. Like the real and true, the hustle, like you said, the talent's a talent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you can cut hair, then fantastic. Or if you know how to, chop a cucumber in 5 seconds and in different ways, great. Good for you. But if you can't keep a business running and keep your staff present, and then keep the phone ringing and then bookings coming in, your talent's useless.
Yeah.
You
Staff
understand?
morale is really important.
It is, yeah. And exactly. Then you're dealing with you're dealing with other people's mental health as well, and your own mental health, which is obviously today a big thing, right?
It is a big thing.
There we go. So there's so much that underlines that, you understand me? And I think people overlook it, especially more so today, especially with like the whole social media front where people look and think, oh, you know what? That's cute. I can do that. And they do it. And, God bless them for having the ambition to even do it, to even have the heart to build a thought. But, yeah, man, there's some real serious reality checks that come kicking down doors thereafter.
And after everything you've built, what does success actually mean to you today compared to when you first started?
Success to me when I first started was I just want to be rich. I guess that's every young man's dream, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Success for me today is to be comfortable, is to make sure that my team, their plates are full, they're feeding their families, that my kids don't go and don't need for anything. Success for me is to make sure that the people around me are happy, and that I as much as I get, I give. And that's success.
Please share your ultimate hustle hit list. So this is where you found personal inspiration, a meaningful moment, or maybe even a practical life hack. So for our hustlers tuned in right now, could you share an inspirational book, a podcast, a TV show, or a film that's had an impact on you?
I love music. Music inspires me. It lifts, and I think that it's the lifting. Music's just lifting, mentally lifting for everyone. It's stimulating. It gets you pumped. You know what I mean? It gives you what you want out of it. Music has always kept me going.
I was literally just talking about this today, how incredibly uplifting and inspiring music is. So that is a great little takeaway. Thank you so much, Vic. This has been such a good conversation.
It has. Thank you for having me on.
No, listen, thank you so much for making the journey to come and tell us about yourself. It's been truly interesting. Vic, if any of our Asian Network listeners want to reach out to you, how can they find you on socials?
That will be true_barbers_official on all social platforms.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Off the chair. Off the chair.